station of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Less than a week left here in the Cactus League before the season start as we welcome you to Peoria, the baseball complex that has housed both the Padres and Seattle Mariners for 20 years. And it's San Diego and Seattle matched up tonight on a warm, breezy evening. And welcome aboard with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Pleased you've joined us on this Friday night. The Padres will be opening their season in less than 2 weeks, and managers and general managers are looking over the roster. What's happened this first month of the spring? It has been a full month. They've been playing. Good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Give me the bad news. I want to end on a positive note, so what's the bad news?
Bad news is, since we last chatted with you here on Fox Sports San Diego, Chase Headley, trying to break up a double play, broke his left thumb. He's out for at least a month.
The good news on that, Jedd Gyorko. Versatility is a big key. Jedd Gyorko played a lot of third base in the minor leagues. He put up great numbers in Tucson. He's done everything he can at the minor league level to promote him to the big leagues. He'll probably be on the roster. He gets a start at third base tonight. Hopefully those numbers shine for Jedd Gyorko tonight and has good at-bats.
First time he's played third base all spring. Okay. Bad news, and Gyorko could be the good news at second base. You give me some good news.
I would like to share the good news of Tyson Ross. In spring training this spring, he's made great strides. Coming over from the Oakland Athletics, we saw a small sample size last year, but the 6'6" right-hander possesses a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. His secondary pitch being the slider, the fastball location down and away, but the slider down into left-handers. That's why you see the good numbers for Tyson Ross. 11 1/3 innings without giving up a run. He's having a great spring.
Coming up, the Padres against the team. Get this now, the team leading all of the major leagues in home runs this spring. The Mariners clodding them long ball. We'll see how they do tonight against Padre pitching. Baseball coming up. set to go. Good crowd here on this Friday night. They expect around 8,000 as the Padres take the field against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners with a terrific spring are 17-8. And here is their lineup set by their 45-year-old skipper Eric Wedge. Franklin Gutierrez will lead off DH for Seattle. Bud Black has elected not to have a designated hitter tonight. Then it's Kyle Seager, their top hitter last year. Kendrys Morales over from the Angels. Michael Morris acquired from the Nationals. Casper Wells. Jason Bay, a familiar name in center field. Dustin Ackley at second. Kelly Shoppett behind the plate. And Brendan Ryan at shortstop. And on the mound, 6'6", right-hander Tyson Ross.
The audition continues. He's on the showcase line. He's having one heck of a spring. We talked about him in the pregame show. Big 90s fastball. He's touched 97 on the gun, Dick Enberg. And his secondary pitch, that slider. When he's got that located down and into lefties, when he expands the zone with 2 strikes, he can become a strikeout pitcher.
Talked with Darren Bosley a couple of days ago, and highly complimentary. And when you hear he's got a huge arm, that anyone would want to hear that comment. And he said that he's not a thrower anymore. He's learning how to pitch. And as we told you the last time on Fox Sports San Diego, they're trying to raise his knee lift, and then consciously it forces you into a longer stride, which they feel will help him.
You're absolutely right, because he is 6'6", and for a 6'6" right-hander, he does have a short stride. So that was one of the objectives for Darren Ball, is to lengthen him out a little bit. We'll see if that comes into effect tonight.
Defensively, quickly for the Padres, Kotze in left, Maven in center, Venable will play right. Gyorko over to third for the first time all spring. Cabrera, Amarista, and Alonzo on the infield with Hundley behind the plate. Tyson Ross from Oakland, California. Gyorko, it's a familiar spot. He's been raised through the organization as a third baseman, but converted to a second baseman all spring. He's gotten all of his chances there, but with the injury to Headley, they want to refresh his memory about the hot corner, and there he is. And we're underway with a strike call. Plate umpires Adam Amari with Anthony Johnson, Mike Muchlinski, and Seth Buckminster on the bases. Gutierrez, excellent center fielder with the DH tonight. 30-year-old Venezuelan. Tore up left-handers all last year. 400 against left-handed pitching. Against right-handers, 153. Now that is a dramatic difference.
And believe me, Tyson Ross knows that. He's got him in the hole 0-2 here. This is a situation where you don't have to throw him a strike. Slider in the dirt would be mighty nice here.
Ooh, almost caught the corner. Well placed.
Dick, you were talking about the leg kick of Tyson Ross. That leg kick is up near the Padres across his chest. It's a little higher than the last time that we saw the big right-hander on the mound. I think that'll throw a little deception in his delivery as well. You got a lot of knees, elbows coming at the hitter. You show him that Ross, number 66 on the backside.
Yeah, number 66. He grew up on 66th Avenue in Oakland, right near the Coliseum.
And he happens to be 6'6". How about that?
There you go. It's the obvious number. Although there was a day where you didn't want to start the season with 66 on your back.
Absolutely.
Because it meant you were in the minor leagues. High pop fly in the infield. Shortstop Cabrera calls for it. And one away. Now there's a man that has been under the radar all spring. Everett Cabrera. Now we weren't talking much about Cabrera. He's hitting better. He's shortened his stroke. He's not swinging it as many bad pitches, and his glove work has been exemplary.
And he's the type of player where a little more experience, you know, not getting the notoriety is quite fine. Right? Kind of being under the radar. The stealth spring training for Everett Cabrera. It's good to see.
He's only 26. You think of him as being older. Here's Kyle Seager. Seager last year led Seattle in games, hits, doubles, home runs, RBIs.
One of the things that makes Seager so effective at the plate, he's a line drive hitter. He uses the whole field. Short, quick stroke to the baseball. And he's got a little power on you, too. He'll turn on one once in a while.
University of North Carolina. Seager and Ackley, the second baseman, also did his collegiate work in Chapel Hill. 3 balls and a strike.
96 on the fastball from Ross. Good downward plane from Tyson.
Again, these Mariners leading all of the major leagues in home runs this spring. 46. Padres actually have had a good home run spring. They've hit 28. That's the 5th best in the majors. In for a strike. Count goes full to Seager.
Tyson Ross on pace for about 90 pitches this evening, according to Darren Balsley. Last time out, 74 tosses. Hopefully 6 or 7 innings.
Outside, and the Mariners have their first base runner. Yeah, who will be in the starting rotation? These are men battling, assuming Ross has got one of the spots and Eric Stoltz the other, behind Volquez and Richard. One of those 4 to be the 5th starter, although Ross in that discussion as well.
Well, it's like election night, right? It's still kind of early. Tyson Ross definitely has the bid right now, I would have to say. If not only being a fan, but / general manager. You look at the other 3 candidates.
Actually, that could be 4th or 5th starter of that group. Kendrys Morales, acquired from the Angels. Terrific spring, 366 with 5 home runs. And behind him, Michael Morris leads the Cactus League with 6 homers. Morales, native of Cuba, still just 29 years of age, came over from the Angels for pitcher Jason Vargas. One of the tragic stories in baseball 3-4 years ago when he celebrated a Grand Slam homer, walk-off homer, by fracturing his leg hitting home plate.
Yep.
Lost all of the next season.
You know the moral of the story? Just cross home plate. Don't jump on it. Don't jump into your teammates. Oh, what a tragic story that was.
But he's gotten it back, and last year with the Angels, he had 273, as you saw, with 22 homers. Mariners have really bulked up their lineup.
They're going to score some runs. They moved the fences in as well at Safeco Field in Seattle.
2 franchises train here. Their uniforms are alike. They both have moved the fences in. They both had similar seasons last year. Very slow starts and excellent finishes. Morales sitting on a 3-1 pitch.
This is one of those situations where Ross, as a pitcher, has to learn and not necessarily have to throw a fastball. A slider for a strike down might work. You get a grounder, you get 2 outs, you get out of this mess. So fastball away here.
And clip back foul.
It shows you the good location away and the 90+ mile-an-hour fastball, a fastball count. And Morales still has a difficult time shooting that ball the opposite way.
Josh Burns, the general manager, and to his left, A.J. Hinch, studying the early action. President Tom Garfinkel is here as well, and he will join us in the 4th inning. And Chase Headley will be up in the 2nd inning. The latest from the Padres. Star of a year ago. Runner goes 3-2, and it's popped up. Shallow and left, and a long run. And what a play by Gyorko. He came from 3rd base to make that catch almost in straightaway shallow center field. Wait a minute, Gyorko, are you playing 2nd or 3rd tonight?
He's all over the place, like the king in his court, Eddie Feigner. He can play 3rd, he can play deep short, he can play shallow center and left.
That's a remarkable range. Where was Cabrera? He was covering 2nd with a runner breaking.
They kind of deked on the fly ball because, as you mentioned, Dick, the runner was going, so they kind of deked around 2nd base to give that runner the illusion like it was a grounder to turn 2. Oh, what a great play by Jedd.
Very alert for the former West Virginia star. Here's Michael Morse. Takes the pitch on the corner. Boy, he wore out the Padres the last couple of years with the Washington Nationals. He's having a good spring, hitting .333. Those were his numbers last year with Washington, 18 homers. He's got 6 this spring to lead the major leagues.
I saw one recently where he was trying to bring the gallon out.
Here's a good breaking ball.
And with power numbers in a big swing, they will be susceptible to swinging at bad pitches out of the zone. You're going to run into one once in a while as Chase Headley has a chat with Chris Denorfia.
Denorfia back after competing in the World Baseball Classic for Italy. It's Morse's birthday. Runner goes. And not in time on the one-hop throw from Hundley, and Seager with the stolen base. His first of the spring.
Watch the leg kick. Watch the break. Decent break. Nick kind of yanks this one on the shortstop side of second base. Boy, look at how quick Amarista is. Quick with the backhand and then spinning the opposite way and trying to slap down that tag. You never know. He might overrun the bag, overslide the bag. Keep that glove down there until the umpire calls time or the runner calls time.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Morse. Struck him out. Blew out the candles. He's 31 tonight. Padres coming up. Cabrera, Venable, and Katse. Welcome a new member of our Fox Sports San Diego team from the University of Missouri and the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kelly Kroll.
Thanks a lot, Dick. Such a pleasure to be on the broadcast with you guys. And really, it's been so great to be here all week, getting to know the Padres. I've gotten to talk to a number of guys. Of course, the news of Chase Headley being out the first month. I asked Alonzo how that would impact this team, and he was quick to be very candid with me, saying, you know, this is more than a one-man team. Of course, we're going to miss Chase, but there are guys that will step up and carry us because this is a 25-man roster, truthfully. And guys, we know teams will face adversity, and they have to play through it. That's what makes them good teams.
All right, thank you, Kelly. And that, of course, is the spirit of the clubhouse. Logan Forsythe still recovering from that plantar fasciitis problem, but he's close. He's taking batting practice. He's not running full speed yet. As Cabrera slices one to left, but playing him there is Michael Morse for the out. Here he is, Buddy Black's lineup tonight with Cabrera leading it off. In right field, Will Venable. Mark Katse hitting .423 this spring and left. Yonder Alonzo in the cleanup hole. Then Gyorko, Hundley, Maben, Amarista, and Tyson Ross, as Bud Black elects not to use the DH, although that was Seattle's privilege.
Hey, it's good to be king. Felix Hernandez, the right-hander from Venezuela. Yeah, but not tonight, Felix. Hopefully the Padres can get on that fastball. And he's speaking of secondary pitches, great secondary pitches, a lot of swings and misses. This kid has put up some great numbers in his short career.
A man who can be perfect, as he was last year, the perfecto. Padres faced Hernandez twice, beat him once, and he defeated them at Petco. By the mound, Ryan across for the put-in. 2 quick outs for Felix Hernandez. Here's the defense behind him. Morrison left, Bay in center. Wells, a right fielder, had 8 assists last year. Seager, Ryan, Ackley, and Morales on the infield with Shopik behind the plate.
Felix Hernandez, 26 years old. On April 8th, he'll turn 27. And Dick, he's already into his 8th Major League year. And just, about reaching his prime, when you look at the course of players in the big leagues reaching their prime, it's about 28, 29 years old.
Marcotte takes it low. Katse with a 4.23 spring.
Making good contact. Not a lot of cheap hits from Marcotte. They're pretty solid.
In that shot, while Kelly Kroll was talking about Chase Headley, we saw Headley also in the shot, was Logan Forsythe. When he is fully healthy, the guess is that he will then play third, and they'll keep Gyorko at second. Hoping that that'll be his position for a long time. Katse hits a high, deep drive to right field. Wells gives ground and makes the catch a step shy of the warning tap. Typically, Felix Hernandez with a 1-2-3 inning. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the close and friendly Sequan Casino, celebrating 30 years of gaming in San Diego. With Mark Grant and Kelly Crow, Dick Enberg here at the Peoria Complex, home of these two teams, the Mariners and the Padres. Tyson Ross ready to work to Casper Wells, a right fielder. Top of the second, no score.
Look out, coming in hot. Got to be on our toes back here, Mr. Enberg.
Well, you had to cut.
I'll take care of you. I'm good to my left.
I'm good playing the ricochet off the back wall. Wells hitting just .205 this spring, but leads the team in RBIs with 12, has a couple of home runs. Played his college ball at Towson State. He's 28.
Got away with a hanging slider there. In spring training, that's where you want to throw him. He got away with that one. Now make an adjustment. Tyson Ross has proven this spring training he can make an adjustment. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, throwing the ball great, putting up good numbers. Now 12 in the third innings. Streak without giving up a hit, or a run rather.
Cabrera across to Alonzo, digs it out, one away. Well, a reminder to get to the park early Saturday, April 13th. The Padres host the Rockies, a 5:40 game. The first 25,000 fans in attendance will take home a Chase Headley bobblehead presented by Fox Sports San Diego. Don't wait. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Chase on his way up to our television location here at the complex as with one out, here's center fielder Jason Bay. It's a good-looking breaking ball.
First pitch, good sign. I heard Chase had to put on a hat and a funny nose and glasses with that big furry mustache to get through the crowd so nobody recognized him, so he could get up here in time.
It works for you.
There he is.
Josh Issue, Sports Marketing and Publicity Department. Bay debuted with the Padres. Had 8 at bats, but he did hit a home run and those 8 at bats, and then was traded away. A pretty good professional life.
I remember how time just goes by so quickly. Traded to Pittsburgh.
Ryan Giles.
Yep, and then Boston Red Sox kind of struggled in Boston and New York and the big market teams, and now playing near where he grew up in BC, Trail, BC, Canada. Up in the great Northwest for Jason Bay.
Count goes full. 269. He's been a solid hitter. 211 home runs. Swing and a miss, and that's the second strikeout for Tyson Ross.
Free and easy arm action on the slider from Tyson Ross. We mentioned it down and in to lefties. How about down and away to righties? All upper body. Jason Bay trying to reach for it, but cannot come up. Nice strikeout for Tyson Ross.
Brings up the left-handed hitting second baseman, Dustin Ackley. 25-year-old ex-North Carolina Tar Heel. His numbers, not much on the average, but productive. 50 runs batted in for the second baseman.
I like the pace of Tyson Ross. He's getting up on that mound, quickly working ahead 0-2. Will he throw that slider down and in? Oh, Nick Hundley wants a fastball up. It doesn't look like 95, does it, Dick?
No,
free and easy out of his
fluid delivery. National League RBI champion on his way up to our booth, Chase Headley.
Looks like he made it through security. He's sitting behind us.
Tough play into the hole. Cabrera off balance throw, not in time. Running away from the throw, and so he couldn't get much on it. Infield hit for Ackley.
Nice to see that Cabrera getting to this baseball, but from the left-handed batter's box, Ackley gets down the baseline very swiftly. And that's the way to throw it, on the one hop. You know, chances are that runner's going to make it 99.9% of the time. You'd rather bounce at the one hop rather than overthrow it over the head and get in the scoring position.
Master at that was Davey Concepcion.
Yes, he was.
Reds on the old carpet.
Yep.
Here's the catcher, Kelly Shopik, hitting .280 this spring. Former star at Baylor.
Bears.
Second round pick of the Red Sox 12 years ago.
That's a good pitch. That's where he needs to be. Right at the knees. Peas at the knees for Tyson Ross. There it is. Work downhill, big right-hander. Look at that downward plane. A little bit of tail action. Very nice.
Jumps ahead, 2 strikes on Shopik. Ackley a safe lead at first. Oh, just missed. 95.
Watch the glove of Hundley. It splits the corner. Maybe off the plate a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready. What am I seeing all right?
So what do you come back with here? 1 and 2?
You know the beauty of that, Dick? Now 1 and 2, you can go down and away, you can go in, you can throw that slider. If you're a hitter, it's really a guessing game, and he is definitely in the hole. It opens up so many doors for Tyson Ross. Missing down and away 0 and 2, to go 1 and 2, you can go right back down there. Because a lot of guys think they're going to waste one in. Slider down
there. It is. Strike 3 and a third strikeout for Ross in his first 2 scoreless innings. Chase Headley joins us as we come back to Peoria. No score. Padres Brain Trust working overtime tonight, and some serious discussion as we welcome Chase Headley. I'm sorry, I really don't want to welcome you here, but this thing kind of gets in the way of what we want you to be doing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. You got to deal with it, and you know, I think we got the guys this year to step up and hold it down until I get back.
Yonder Alonzo leading off in the 4th, no score. It wasn't as if you were diving in head first and injured it that way.
No, now I've done it both ways, so can't say one way's better than the other. But you know, again, it's just one of those things that happen. I'll watch the video, I'll figure out how to, you know, hopefully prevent it from happening again. But you know, injuries happen.
Now, what exactly happened, Chase? You slid in, your left hand fall, and I read in the paper. Did your thumb get caught under the bag?
Yeah, well, actually what happened, I was breaking up a double play. I slid in semi-aggressively, not overly aggressive in spring training, but I was going to, you know, take out the shortstop in that case, and I hit him, and he didn't move, and it kind of threw me off balance when I hit him, and I guess I put my hand down to brace myself a little bit, and the rest is history.
Felix Hernandez with his first strikeout as Alonzo down swinging. Here's Jedd Gyorko. Well, that takes us right to the question I wanted to ask you, Chase, about your relationship with Gyorko. You've seen him come up through the minor leagues, those big numbers, and now what has your relationship been with him? He's already told me how helpful that you've been, but what's your thinking?
I love him. I think he's a great kid. He's a guy that wants to do well. He has a lot of confidence, a lot of you know, belief in himself, but he also has kind of the right mindset where he knows you know, he's a rookie. He's all ears. He's ready to listen, and you know, I think he's going to be great for us. You know, wherever he's playing.
How about shallow left field?
Yeah, I don't know what Cabby was doing there, but that was a great play. But no, I think the world of him. I think he's going to be a great player.
there's something about being a rookie, and that's the one thing that I gathered from Jedd this spring training, Chase, is that he has been all ears. A lot of rookies come, they want to be noticed, and they do a lot of talking, a lot of chirping in the clubhouse. Not the case for Jedd.
No, Jedd is, he carries himself great because he doesn't feel, you don't feel like he's walking on eggshells in the clubhouse. He fits in, but he just has a tremendous presence about him. He's willing to listen. He wants to help, and to be honest with you, he doesn't need a whole lot of it. He's going to be great.
And you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he kind of falls into the same category that you went through in the minor leagues. A lot of hype. You put up good numbers in the minor leagues. You were the guy coming up. You got to the big league level, and you made your name known. And I think he kind of falls into the same category. A lot of hype, put up good numbers. Now he's getting a chance at the big league level. Yeah,
I think everybody's been excited about him for a few years. I mean, he's played great in minor leagues, and justifiably so. He's everything that I expected, as a player. But I think he also has the intangibles that give him a chance to be a really good player at this level.
And the coaches like the way he manages to get the sweet part of the bat on the ball.
He is. He's just a natural hitter. I'd say maybe a little bit unorthodox in his stance and the way he holds his hands, but tremendous hitter. He's got a great eye, and he's going to put the fat part of the bat on the ball more times than not.
2-2, and flies this one to right field. Wells there gives some ground. See how that ball carried, and really didn't get it all.
Yeah, he's got really strong wrists. I was watching him batting practice today, and he lets the ball travel and just kind of flicks it out there, but he's got a lot of juice.
Well, this is a slider from King Felix. Stays on it kind of nicely, but tries to take it the opposite way. I mean, even though it's a fly out, it's a decent approach.
Quality swing. That's all you can do when you're facing a guy like Felix. You got to go up there and just take your swings. Hopefully, swing at good pitches to hit, and you take the outcome because he's one of the best in the game.
Good news, bad news. Here's some good news this spring. Nick Hundley fouls it back. Hundley hitting .432 after just a desperate, miserable season a year ago. We all suffered with him, and he's come back, made some adjustments. He's describes his swing as more athletic, more aggressive this spring.
Yeah, he's, it's great to see him doing well. He's one of my favorite guys that I've ever played with. And, when you see somebody struggle like that, you just want to do everything you can to help him get through it. But great to see him bounce back, and I think he'll be a better player for going through those struggles last year and hopefully coming out better this time.
The bottom line is, this, Chase, it's a team effort. I mean, collective effort of everybody wearing the Padre uniform to try to make it work right out of the gate April 1st in New York.
No question.
Fly drive, base hit. There's Hundley with the Padres' first base knock tonight. He continues to make solid contact. Has a couple of homers and 7 doubles in that .432 average.
I think Nick, amongst other guys, has really looked good this spring. I think since I've been with the Padres, this is by far the best, 1 through 9, 1 through 8 that I've seen, and depth-wise. So the guys are capable, and I think they're going to go out and play well to start the year.
Well, you think about the lineup that we commiserated about during the offseason, and if everyone's healthy and available, and after your great season a year ago, and you've got Cabrera up front and Maben with his speed, and then Headley and Carlos Quentin and Yasmani Grandal and Gyorko, if indeed he lives up to his minor league numbers. I mean, there's going to be some sock in the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, it's great. I've been in San Diego for a while now, and I'm getting tired of hearing that the offense is kind of the weak point. So I think we've done, made some great strides. We put a lot of talent here, and guys, if they play the way we're capable of, there's no reason we shouldn't be an above-average team offensively.
Oh, look at that. 2008 spring training, Rookie of the Year.
Hey, I remember that. It's been a while, though. It went by fast.
You're a veteran now.
I know, it's crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
It goes by quickly.
It does. It goes really quick. But been a lot of fun.
Maben the hitter, and a base hit up the middle. Hundley running all the way with 2 outs. He'll make it to third. And on his way to second is Maben, and he slides in. Well, that's a spring training double. Second and third for the Padres against King Felix Hernandez, and it'll bring up Alexi Amarista.
Well, always in a good mood in the clubhouse before the game. Cameron Maben swinging a hot bat tonight. As you mentioned, Dick, Hundley on the run. But another reason why Cameron's so happy tonight, his dad, Rudy, traveled to spring training here in Arizona. He is in attendance, enjoying a big league ball game, and happy to see his son single and take second base, I'm sure.
Pride and joy of Asheville, North Carolina. Always a smile for Cam and his dad. Dad looks like he could play some ball right now. Here's Amarista. Bud Black talking about the injury to Chase Headley and how he's going to adjust. And his name, Alexi Amarista, came up. He said, his versatility gives me so much to work with. He can play second. He could play third, even short, all the outfield positions.
Yeah, I think he gives us a lot of flexibility in what we do. I don't know that the decision's been made what they're going to try to do at third base, but Alexi can play all over the field, so it really kind of frees up some other guys to play positions maybe they're not penciled in to play.
Stunning when we've seen him in the outfield, how he gets a break on the balls as if he's an outfielder all of his life.
It's really difficult to do. I know going from the infield to the outfield and back, it's not easy to play multiple positions, and guys that make it look easy, it's really impressive.
Hernandez with a wicked wrinkle to Amarista, and it's 1-2.
It's amazing being farther away from the baseball, as you were mentioning, out in left field, and how much more difficult it can be when you're so used to being, 90 feet away from home plate playing third base.
Yeah, no question. It's just a completely different game. For me, I think the toughest part was mentally. Just trying to stay focused out there and playing defense, not winning by my swing.
Headley throws out Amarista. The Padres lead 2 in scoring position. No score after 2. Chase, can you give us another half inning?
Absolutely, if you have me.
All right, we'll be right back to Peoria.
Well, we know he's going to be there, and we have other guys that are definitely going to carry us as well. And listen, this is not a one-man team. This is a 25-man roster, and everybody's got to do their part to get to where we want to get to. So we feel we play as a team, things are going to happen.
Yonder Alonzo, we forgot to include him in that lineup. As with everyone healthy, Bud Black's going to have some bats this year, and with the fences in, it's likely that we'll see more runs scored and more RBIs, but we're sitting next to the man who led all of the National League with 115 last year, Chase Headley. Top of the third, no score. It'll be number 9 hitter Brendan Ryan, and then the top of the order, Gutierrez and Seager for the Mariners here in the third.
Chase, when Dick just mentioned that, it has such a sweet ring to it, because as a not only working in baseball, but being a baseball fan growing up, RBI king. You go back, you see the greats that have brought that title home, and now you're one of them.
It's a great feeling. I think, it's a whole team thing. You don't do that by yourself. But, that was one of the most, best feelings that I had all of last year was to win the RBI title. I think that's what we all strive to do, being a middle lineup hitter, is to score runs and drive runs in. And, to come out on top of that, it was a great accomplishment.
And then the bonus, the Silver Slugger and the Gold Glove.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a fun year last year, but it's what it was last year. So we got to turn the page and move forward.
Ryan taps back to the mound, one away. Ross a good start again tonight as he continues to throw scoreless innings. Again, he started tonight with 11 and a third consecutive.
Chase, what's your scouting report on Tyson Ross? I know you saw him a little last year with Oakland, but you've got to see him full spring training. What do you like about him?
He's been great. His stuff is tremendous. As good as anybody I've seen down here anywhere in Arizona. So and the great news is he's been throwing strikes. I think that's kind of the knock on him so far in his career, is that he's had a tough time being consistently in the strike zone, but he's been tremendous. He's throwing strikes, he's executing his pitches, and I'm excited. I mean, he's going to help us one way or the other, whether it's a fifth spot or out of the bullpen, whatever it is. He's really going to help us.
25 years young.
Yeah,
he's a big arm. He's got a great chance to do some great things in this game.
Gutierrez rolls it off his fist. Good runner. Cabrera has to hurry and makes the play.
I'm going to say, you're going to have to check around home plate for his knuckles. He got in his kitchen there.
So that's 14 straight innings without allowing a run for Tyson Ross.
It's impressive, especially to do it here in Arizona. It's not necessarily the best place to pitch.
As Kyle Seager steps in, well, when you have the kind of season you did last year, Chase Headley, there are some obligations that come with that. Fans are going to want more of you. The press is going to want, as we go around the league, they're going to want a piece of you. You've braced yourself for being a nice guy and still saving time for yourself.
Absolutely. I think that's what we all hope for. We signed up for this to play this great game, and if you're fortunate to do well, then there's going to be some recognition. But you do the best you can. You can't please everybody. You do as many things as you possibly can, but ultimately your family is the most important thing. So you got to save the precious time for them as well.
You were valedictorian in your high school class, right?
I was.
What was the last thing you said to your classmates when you sent them on their way?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Come on, thrill me.
Did you have to give the valedictory?
Yeah, it was.
Look, you're turning red right now.
No, I don't even remember what it was. Is that bad?
Well,
I should probably remember that.
Did you say see you in the big leagues?
No, I definitely didn't say that.
Introduce yourself. I'll sign the ball.
No, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
It's all right.
3-0 now to Seager. And they green light him, and he drives it at Cameron Maven in center. A 1-2-3 inning. Thanks to Chase Headley.
Absolutely.
How tough is this game from up here? You see how the problems we have?
Yeah, it's tough. It's a good view from up here, but I hate it. I want to be back down there.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Get well soon.
Welcome back to Peoria, Arizona. Score still 0-0 in the bottom of the third. Felix Hernandez on the mound for the Mariners. And it's been a busy week for Felix. Of course, the king, as he claims himself, had quite the photo shoot on Wednesday night. And he tweeted this photo saying, "Thanks for a great shoot. Everything turned out wonderful." And I'd say so, guys. The red carpet treatment and a throne made for a king. What do you think LeBron will have to say about that photo?
Well, Kel, I saw the red carpet there. I think it'll be green carpet after the contract that he signed.
Yeah. Well, what a great story, really. He wants to stay in Seattle. They signed him to the multi-year deal, 7 years. And he feels comfortable in the great Northwest, Dick. He looks comfortable in that chair as well.
He's earned his happiness. See you and throwing out there.
No, I'm good right where I'm at. Sitting next to you.
Thank you. Tyson Ross has the count at 2-2 as he leads off the third inning with Cabrera and Venable to follow.
You know, there were a lot of people speculating that Felix Hernandez could have went to a bigger market, right? Well, that's not his personality. He actually broke down in tears at the press conference when it was announced that he was going to sign the multi-year deal. He says he loves the ballpark, he loves the people of Seattle, he loves the area, the region, and his heart is in Seattle.
Well,
good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. The loyalty, it's tough to find these days in professional sports, and the loyalty by the organization and the fans to him, and he's felt it in every way. 2-2. Got him with a breaking ball, so he had to go to his good stuff, Hernandez, to take care of Ross. Second strikeout. Our Saquon Vacation strikeout stat.
Felix Hernandez, 894. Most strikeouts by a pitcher since 2009. Some pretty good company. Power pitcher from the Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander, and of course the world champion Giants and Tim Lincecum. Although for Lincecum the strikeouts have gone down over the last couple years.
Felix being attacked by a Peoria moth.
Those are the worst kind.
Yeah. So this may be my hill. Cabrera flying to left, leading off the first inning. Padres continue tomorrow at Colorado. Freddie Garcia gets the start. That's a wicked location.
Yeah, inside corner, straightens about, a little bit of movement to get the called strike.
And we'll be back with you on Fox Sports San Diego Sunday at 1 o'clock. Eric Stoltz against Milwaukee. Willie Peralta will pitch for the Brewers. In there. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Good breaking ball right there by Hernandez.
Third strikeout. Oh, check it. 1 and 2. Give him his full 3. It's a time to be generous. Come on.
Yeah. There's Freddie Garcia, former Mariner.
The veteran will start tomorrow. Base is empty. 2-2 on Cabrera with one out here in the last of the third. Well, it was coming. I just had a premonition. 3 strikeouts down for Felix Hernandez. Padres individual game tickets, folks, are on sale right now. You can get your tickets to all the big games, including opening day and the Yankees' first visit to Petco Park. Be sure to buy the tickets early. Then you save at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Throughout the course of spring, we've met a lot of fans from San Diego that have come over for the action and proudly saying that they've got their tickets. They've made their selections. Get their tickets early and save.
That's the way to do it.
Almost a sellout opening day. We'll ask Tom Garfinkel about that. He'll be joining us in the next inning. Venable bounce to short, his first at bat. And from Princeton, pleased at the Harvard upset yesterday as the Crimson advanced in the big dance. Was an all-Ivy basketball and all-Ivy baseball player. Only 2 men have done that. The other was Chris Young, former Padre pitcher. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Yeah, that's that two-seam fastball you mentioned earlier. Starting in off the plate a little bit and straightening up the left-handed hitter. Will Venable didn't like the call.
Up into the letters. Yep. Actually, that's a good strike. They don't call it often, but it is
You're right.
under the letters.
They should call that more often. I agree. Here comes the curveball.
Pitch away from striking out the side. And so it is. You have just seen Hernandez as the king of the hill. After 3 here in Peoria, no score. Matching pitch per pitch, Tyson Ross of the Padres and Felix Hernandez, the ace right-hander of the Mariners. Tom Garfinkel, the chief executive officer, president of the Padres, joins us, and not too long before opening day.
Yeah, it's my favorite day of the year. It's Hope Springs Eternal opening day. What's better than that, right? Come on.
Nothing. I love it. I love the pomp and circumstance, the excitement at the ballpark. Everybody's tied for first, right?
That's right.
Any tickets left for opening day?
You know, we're over 40,000 sold at this point. There's a few left. We're going to probably sell out here in the next couple days. Good. Still some available, I think, on Padres.com. A few left, but we're getting close.
Opening up against the Dodgers at Petco. That's always a glorious start. The uniforms that pristine white, manager butt blocking his players, ready to go to work in the town that celebrates the flag and the military better than anyone in baseball.
Any surprise? Well, it would be a surprise then, Tom, would it, if I asked you what to look forward to opening day?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise, so I'll save it. I'll save it. I think what we can look forward to in San Diego is a beautiful day, beautiful ballpark at Petco, and exciting team on the field.
Well, Mud gets excited about food, and I know you're very closely monitoring what's available at the concession stand.
You know, one of the things we try to do, Dick, is create sort of a taste of San Diego at Petco Park, and we're bringing in Filippi's Pizza. We sent out a note to fans asking what they wanted. We heard Hodad's Burgers, so we put in Hodad's Burgers, and we're continuing it this year with some more. We'll get some announcements with Phil's Barbecue coming into Petco Park, and Wings and Things, a San Diego establishment, and we'll have a new Ballast Point beer garden.
Michael Morris follows that back over our heads. Well, the big news in the offseason basically was the fact that you've decided to move the fences in at Petco.
Yeah, it was really a baseball decision. We talked to Buddy and Josh about it and got their points of view, which was, we really needed to take a hard look at it. And Josh Stein, our director of baseball operations, did a great study with some of his guys, and after we looked at it, really determined that it needed to be done. So you'll see here, some of the construction that was going on, but really the biggest part about it was that just the psychology of the hitters, the psychology of the game, and the fact that when we watch video of the players from opposing teams hitting balls that got caught for outs or went off the wall for doubles, they were laughing. They had fun with it.
Morse to Cabrera, and 2 quick outs for Tyson Ross here in the 4th.
And Tom, I know you've said this, but I think you're right when you say if a hitter, regardless, home player or visitor, you square one up, you put a good swing on it, you should be rewarded for a home run.
Yeah, and again, I think the opposing team were kind of laughing about it. Jimmy Rollins hit one, got caught for an out, ran past our bench, said, hey, you know, that's 5 rows back in Philly, guys. That's all I've got. And our guys, you know, kind of shook their heads. Our guys weren't laughing. They were frustrated. They play 81 games here. And it really kind of changed their approach. So we kind of want to take that conversation off the table.
So basically, and we've chatted about this in the past, Tom, the opposing hitters might be here 3 games, maybe as many as 9. But the Padre hitters are 81 games they play in this environment, affected by the marine layer. And do you think it really will impact the game that much?
Well, I think, you know, we'll still be a pitcher's park. We were an outlier, number 30 in baseball as a ballpark in terms of run production. And I think, you know, I would expect us to still be lower third, maybe even still bottom 5. But we'll be a pitcher's park. I just think those balls that, you know, when the pitcher leaves one out over the plate and the hitter crushes it, it should go out. Players know what's fair, and I think those balls will go out.
And I'm just amazed because it wasn't like a knee-jerk reaction. You said Josh Stein. I mean, mounds and mounds of information and data to look at over the years to make this decision and make the choice of how far to bring it in. It was just like, hey, guys, you know, we need to change it. And they just didn't.
Line drive, base hit, Casper Wells. Second hit off Tyson Ross with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Yeah, it really was, you know, determining once we kind of said, again, with Buddy and Josh, okay, we think this is something we need to take a hard look at and probably do. It was more of a question of where, how much. And really we found out left field, center field play pretty fair. It was left center field and right center field that were the most dramatic, and then obviously right field to a degree as well. So moved in at about 11 feet, put some new seats out there in right field. That'll be fun for fans. But moved the visiting bullpen off the field.
I like that.
Behind the home, you know, it's kind of a safety issue for the right fielder. Will was excited about that, and Dino. So, you know, looking out for the players there as well.
And, of course, Padres will continue as the leader of celebrating the military Sundays and other days.
Yeah, you know, we're proud to honor the military and the families as well that do so much and make so many sacrifices for us. In fact, I wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate a friend, the Major General Ronald Bailey, the Marine Corps, who was the commanding general of the 1st Marine Division, has been promoted to Deputy Commandant. And a great person, a great patriot, a great leader in San Diego, and just real happy for General Bailey and his family.
It's interesting that you know, the Padres have provided some 15,000 uniforms for the Little Leaguers around San Diego, and the most popular uniform is?
The camouflage, the Marine digital camouflage jersey was the #1. We had 16 different uniform styles from all kinds of different eras of Padres baseball. The top 4 were actually the Marine camo was #1, the current home jersey was #2, the current road jersey was #3, and the current alternate was #4. And, the PCL jerseys actually ranked up pretty high. The Ted Williams.
I like those uniforms.
37, yeah.
With little red in them?
Is that the little
That's the 47.
The cream
PCL.
color ones?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right.
I
With
like
the San
that.
Diego, the pinstripes. But it's great. Almost 15,000 kids throughout San Diego County wearing Padre jerseys and SD hats from every era. And, you know, what's really been fun about it, Dick, is that you talk to these Little League administrators, and you know, they tell you that with the money they save from the jerseys, they're getting equipment for the kids or fixing up the fields or fixing up the snack shacks, and it's just made Little League baseball throughout San Diego that much better.
Late call from plate umpire Amari, and it's 3-2 to Bay with 2 outs here in the 4th. Well, we appreciate your stopping by. I assume we'll see you in New York for the opening day against the Mets.
I'll be there, and excited about it, excited about the team. I think, you know, obviously Buddy's continues to do just a fantastic job, and his coaching staff. And what I see out of this team this spring is a group of guys that's playing hard for each other. And
swung a bad ball, and it was safe at first. And pulling up at second is Wells. As Bay swung at a terrible pitch, but it worked out for the veteran outfielder as the ball goes all the way to the screen. 5 strikeouts for Ross, but Bay safe at first base.
Well, 2 outs, ball in the dirt, swung out and missed, live baseball. Everybody's off and running. And the inning stays alive for the M's.
Wild pitch is the scoring. And that'll bring up Dustin Ackley. Well, as you leave, would you please give your father a happy birthday from us?
I will. Thank you very much. My dad turns 72 today.
Nice. Just a pop.
Thanks, guys.
Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Tom Garfinkel, Padre president, as excited as we all are at the start of the baseball year.
Yeah, very busy man. Yeah, absolutely. Nice for him to take some time out and tell us what's in store for us.
Ackley with an infield hit to deep shortstop, his first at bat. First time tonight that the Mariners have had a man in scoring position. Slapped, foul, take that back. In the first inning, Seager walked in, stole second.
I'll tell you, one of those Peoria moths just nearly took my head off, Dick. He's in our booth, invading.
What should we do about that? Call emergency? Or?
I don't know. This thing's...
That's just a little thing compared to those Texas.
Oh yeah, those things are wearing collars.
2 strikes on Ackley as Ross trying to get out of the fourth. Fouled at the plate. I think the Tom Garfinkel led idea to keep don Padre uniforms on little leaguers. That'll create a generation of Padre fans, and they're going to be taking their kids to the Petco Park.
Hey, I remember my first Little League uniform. It was Burr Oak Subdivision, right? But, you know, as a kid, you wear your first uniform as a Padre, you're going to remember that. You're going to become a fan for life.
Right side, Amarista, and the inning is over. So Ross's string of shutout innings continues. Yonder Alonzo will follow Mark Kotze when the Padres come up in the bottom of the fourth. Sports brought spring training to the troops. Join players from around the league, including Luke Gregerson and Fox Sports San Diego girl Katie, for an inside look at one of the Army's premier training bases, U.S. Army Garrison Grafenwehr, near Munich, Germany. We'll see them put to the real test by our military stars on Fox Sports. Salute the Troops. Tomorrow, it's 3:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. It's a terrific half hour where, once again, men of baseball, Wade Boggs is there, and Ronnie Fingers and others. That's tomorrow again at 3:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. Marcotte sent a drive to deep right field for an out in the first inning. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Padres. No runs, 2 hits for the Mariners. Talking about the Mariners' home run power this spring, leading all of the major leagues. They've homered in every game but one, 24 of 25 games.
And that'll be interesting if it carries over to the regular season, because as you mentioned earlier, Dick, the Mariners, like the Padres, they moved in their fences up at Safeco Field. So They might see more runs up there in the Great Northwest.
Seattle was last in the American League in team batting average. Eric Wedge's team hit 234. It's going to be a different story this year. Another strikeout. The changeup gets Katse, and that's 4 strikeouts in a row for Hernandez.
Well, you talk about Felix Hernandez, you know, of course, the fastball, the breaking balls, but he'll break out that changeup, and Mark Katse going back shaking his head. Hey, it's spring training. Why are you dropping that on me? Well, he's got to start tuning up for the season as well.
Yonder Alonzo was the first strikeout victim of Hernandez. Total of 5 now for the Mariner right-hander. Chatting with Bud Black, some odds and ends. Edinson Volquez is back with the team. Worked with the bullpen yesterday and is expected to pitch next Wednesday, day before the Padres break camp. Plenty of work with the Dominican Republic, and 8-0 the champions of the WBC.
Quite a run, huh, for the Dominican team?
Has a good story on that. We'll ask her to bring that in shortly. Carlos Quentin gaining confidence in that right knee. A strike as he paints that inside corner.
You know, the reputation of Felix Hernandez may have been getting him those calls off the plate. Tyson Ross was not getting that fastball off the plate. Well, Felix Hernandez is getting that call.
Ball, 2 strikes. And another strikeout. 5 in a row. A total of 6 in the game. Jedd Gyorko steps up. Bud Black, his thumbnail sketch on the new Padre infielder.
You can tell right away when he walks on the field, he feels comfortable. He's got that great look in the eye of self-confidence. That he belongs on a major league field, which I love. I mean, he doesn't scare off. You know, he's a ball player. He really is. He plays with a lot of confidence. In the dugout, he's loose. He's got a great focus. It's a great combination of being loose and yet focused at the same time. And over 6 months of everyday play, that is important.
Nice commentary from the manager about Gyorko, who's 24. A ball and a strike on him. He flied to right field his first at bat against Hernandez.
And I think that's something you can't fake. That is something that is born into Jedd Gyorko. And I'm sure all along as an athlete he has possessed that when he walked down the football field or the baseball field or the basketball court, whatever sports he played.
Athletic family in Morgantown, West Virginia. His older brother, starting linebacker for the Mountaineers football. He gave up Gyorko football. Freshman in high school, played a little, and then decided baseball would be his total game.
I was going to say, who in their right mind would want to get the tar knocked out of them once a week? And it takes a special, I'm telling you what. It took me 1 year, and I was like, okay, I've had enough.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Getting knocked in the next week. What am I doing? Did you play any football, Professor?
Yeah, I loved it. I played quarterback on the team, high school team. Didn't have any competition. Somebody had to play. We had, I think, 20 men in uniform. I was the punter. Show you how bad we were. We couldn't execute a snap from center to be held for extra points. So I drop kicked.
Nice. I was going to ask you, did you drop kick?
Yeah.
That's 3 points.
Well, I didn't hit many field goals, but it did take care of the extra point as Hernandez takes care of batter after batter. 6 straight strikeouts. I wonder if Felix Hernandez is ready for the year. Oh, my.
Score still 0-0, top of the 5 here in Peoria, Arizona. Edinson Volquez back in the locker room with his Padres this afternoon. And boy, were they happy to see him. Lots of high fives, hugs for the man who just helped the Dominican Republic win the World Baseball Classic on Tuesday evening. We'll take a look at some of this footage of him taking on the Netherlands. Of course, he played this afternoon, also went 2 innings here in a minor league game with 3 strikeouts and a hit, but it was a very solid outing. And a funny story, on Tuesday night in the championship game, Volquez not feeling well at all. He said he was very much under the weather. Coaches told him just to lay down on the couch. He hated to miss, of course, the championship game, but you know, he said, I had to lay down. I didn't feel well, but I told one of my teammates to come get me in the 9th inning, and sure enough, they came and woke him up, and he said, what's going on? What's going on? And they said, we're winning. You have to get out there and cheer on your team. And he said, it was a dream come true. I went to sleep, dreamt that we were winning, and sure enough, we did. An amazing opportunity for Volquez.
That's a great story, Kelly. Thank you. Well, Volquez, he might be the starting pitcher in New York. They've not. Bud Black said today he's not quite ready to announce who will be the starter.
And it's quite an honor to do that, to get the ball opening day. We'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned.
Could be, we're guessing, Volquez or Richard. 0-2 to Shopping. You see, just threw that bat right by the on-deck hitter, Brendan Ryan.
You know, when you talk about the WBC, Dick, isn't it truly the World Series? I mean, when you think about it, the best players from all the countries that have been competing in that tournament, the Dominican Republic, the true World Series champions.
Absolutely. They beat Puerto Rico, that knocked out the USA, shutting them out in the final game. 2-2 now to Shopping with Brendan Ryan and the leadoff hitter Gutierrez scheduled here in the top of the 5th inning. Tyson Ross has struck out 5 Mariners, while Felix Hernandez has fanned 7 Padres. 7 of 12 batters, 12 outs. And the count now full.
I think Tyson Ross has got such a good slider that he can throw it for a strike. That pitch of his has got some serious tilt to it. It's got good velocity, good downward tilt. To where my point is, he doesn't really have to make it the perfect pitch for it to be successful.
And let's see what he gives him here. 3-2.
He's going with the slider. Oh, he shook him off. Fastball away here.
High drive to right field. That's hit well. Venable giving ground to the wall and gone as Kelly Shopping. Opposite field home run. His first of the spring. And the Mariners continue the home run barrage here in the Cactus League. He was looking fastball. 1-0 Seattle.
Hundley put down slider. Tyson Ross shook him off. He wanted to go fastball away. It was a pitch that was down, but maybe Shopping was looking for that pitch, outer half of the plate. That's mostly where pitchers go, 3-2. He put a good swing on it to go opposite field.
So the scoreless streak ends at 15 in the 3rd innings for Tyson Ross. Had him 0-2. Ran the count to 3-2. Here's Brendan Ryan.
See, now it's about bouncing back. Nobody out. Had him 0-2. 3-2 home run. Now let's bear down and get 3 outs here in a row. Bang, bang, bang. Get back in that dugout.
The market's remarkable, isn't it? The Mariners now home runs in 25 of 26 games.
That is remarkable.
A total of 47. And this is their 26th game. That ball really carried to right field.
Here's the fastball. Down and away. On contact. That's about knee high.
That's not a bad pitch.
No. But maybe he was looking for it.
But try.
Yeah, you have to take into consideration the pitch, the location of the pitch, and you have to look inside the head of the hitter. Was he looking that way? Was he looking down and away? Some guys guess right.
Well, those catchers are pretty good guessers.
That's a good point.
2-2.
Backup slider looked pretty good there. And when I say backup slider, you'll hear Randy Jones talk about the backup slider. You know, a slider, a righty on righty, will have that tilt down and away. Well, that one actually almost acted like a two-seam. Watch how this ball kind of goes down and in a little bit with that slider backed up on him.
Ross knocks that down with his foot and throws him out. So you can get an inside look at the 2013 season on Padres Season Preview. Tune in this coming Sunday at noon. We check in with Bud Black for what the Padres are looking toward this season. The Padres Season Preview at Sunday at noon on Fox Sports San Diego. Plenty of information in that half-hour special.
You know, the skipper, the left-hander, always accommodating. Great for an interview.
Josh Burns. Maybe some instructional work. And even a little classical finale.
Really?
A little Vivaldi. 4 seasons this spring. Gutierrez has popped to short, grounded to short. 82nd pitch coming up from Tyson Ross tonight. One nothing Mariners. There's another man that's hit some home runs as we did that pan. Raul Ibanez, 40 years young, has joined the Mariners. If he makes a club, he brings a home run back. Watch out. That one was aimed for Andy Mazer in the Padres radio booth.
Coming in hot.
Tom Garfinkel, and it hit the window pane right in front of Mr. Garfinkel. 2-2. No, yeah.
See,
Andy, you had it all the way. Yeah, sure.
Andy's actually standing up right now. Tom is in a chair.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, you don't have to be tall to be great.
That's right.
Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Ross, his 6th. 2 outs to Kyle Seager.
It is spring training. We talked about the 3-2 fastball away, right? The home run. Well, there's a slider. It wasn't full count, but the point is, even in the count, 2-2, even full count, I think that'll be a great pitch for Tyson Ross to throw and have confidence to throw it and try to get the strikeout.
Seager is walked and fly to center.
He's got good command of the fastball, both sides of the plate tonight.
Line to left base hit. Not hit hard, but well placed. Kotze gets it in. 2-out single for Seager. And here's Kendrys Morales. He's hit a home run in each of the last 3 games that he's played, Morales.
Here's the Kings section. Looks like a lot of people from the great Northwest, Seattle, making their way down to spring training.
Oh, they're all over the place.
Oh, they love it. They love coming down here for spring training. Like the Friar faithful.
Staying at the Marriott Residence Inn here for the month, and they're packed with Mariners every morning. They got their jerseys out, their T-shirts and hats. And they're excited about this team. They're going to score some runs. They've added some major power to the lineup. They're showing it this spring. The pitching after Felix Hernandez may be the issue.
Yes, he did.
91 now. Tyson Ross pitch count.
Okay, let's take a look, Dick. Oh my gosh, he went. You kidding me?
That's a tough one. That really was right there. Could have gone either way. I know the way you would go. I made that quite clear. I mean, if you have a little tick, that's a strike. Swinging strike. 2 balls and a strike to Morales. 1-0 Mariners here in the top of the 5th inning.
Okay, 2-1 here. What does Nick Hundley put down? A 2-seam fastball away. All right, he missed down. Not bad.
Control a little off this inning for Ross, and it cost him Went from 0-2 to 3-2 on the catcher Shopik. And Shopik punished him with that opposite field home run. Bullpen is at work for the Padres. It's the second walk from Tyson Ross, and that's going to be his last pitch as Bud Black is out of the dugout. So first and second for the Mariners with 2 outs here in the 5th, but no complaints. Tyson Ross leaves the game with 2 on, 2 out, and trailing 1-0. But another terrific outing for Ross, who's establishing himself as a solid candidate to join the top 5 rotation. New pitcher in from the bullpen. We'll introduce him here in the 5th inning. 1-0 Seattle. Like our game summary is Tyson Ross and Felix Hernandez trading strikeout pitches. 7 for Hernandez, 6 in a row. And a lot of swings of pitches out of the strike zone. Ross had the good slider working as well. Only one mistake, and that was a 3-2 fastball to Kelly Shopik. And he delivers that over the 385 sign for the only run of the game thus far. It's 1-0 Seattle as Sean O'Sullivan comes in to pitch, the 25-year-old San Diego area native, trying to make the club. He was with a AAA Omaha and the Royals organization last year. He's only 25. His spring numbers
pretty good,
really good in 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 outings.
Good first pitch slider. Not getting the call to Michael Morse.
Morse has struck out and grounded out. 2 on, 2 out here in the 5th.
Nick got that right in the chest.
We'll talk about not enjoying colliding in the collision sport football. Boy, the catchers were all taking those foul tips.
After second look, looks like got him in the right shoulder. Got that extra padding to protect the front part of the shoulder, the throwing shoulder.
But there's a hole there right between the frontal section and the shoulder pad, and that ball buries in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. John Baker knows. Shopik's home run ball to right field carrying so well, and now checking the flags out there in right field. They're blowing exactly in that direction in right center, and will boost balls hit high toward right. Gusting up earlier today, 15 to 20. 2-1. Good breaking pitch, took something off it.
Pitching backwards, fastball count. He pulls the string on the slider to even the count at 2-2.
He, like the Padre manager, Bud Black, San Diego State. He bounces that one for a full count now to Michael Morse. Both runners will take off with the pitch. Seager from second. Morales from first. Bounces another, and the bases are full. So a single by Seager with 2 outs and back-to-back walks. Morales, last man that Ross faced, and now O'Sullivan walks Morse and Casper Wells, the batter.
Well, after having a look at that 2-1 slider swung out and missed, Morse was not biting on that last slider. Well out of the strike zone and leaving it up to Casper Wells with the bases loaded.
Wells with a base hit his last time up. Line to single to right. Two on the fastball. Seager, Morales, and Morse aboard. A full boat for the Mariners.
Oh, I got you. Hopefully Sean O'Sullivan navigates a nice pitch to get out of this little storm.
I'm with you.
Any other nautical
King
puns?
Neptune. There's the logo for the Mariners. Used to be that trident.
That's right.
Almost went for the slider outside. The count goes 1-2. So again, our next telecast and the final telecast from Peoria will be this Sunday, 1 o'clock. Eric Stoltz gets the start against Milwaukee. And then when they break camp here in Arizona, they'll go on to San Antonio. Swing and a miss, and the breaking ball strikes out Wells. Bases left loaded. Padres trail 1-0. Nick Hundley, Cameron Maven, Alexi Amarista to bat in the bottom of the 5th.
Cactus League action from Peoria. Bottom of the 5th, M's lead the Padres 1-0. And get your tickets to the biggest matchups of the year with the Padres Budweiser 6-pack. Choose either a Friday or Sunday game against the New York Yankees and pick 5 other games of your choice. Get your Padres Budweiser 6-pack today at Padres.com or get on the horn at 619-795-5555. Dick?
All right, Mark Grant. Felix Hernandez with 6 consecutive strikeouts. Struck out the side in the 3rd and 4th inning. And he starts the fifth with the first pitch strike to Nick Hundley, who singled to left. Cameron Maben on deck doubled. Ball that rolled dead in left center field. The only 2 hits off Hernandez tonight. Nub to the right side. Morse ranging far to his right to throw out Nick Hundley as we welcome from the Padres dugout the starter Tyson Ross. You had to be happy with your outing other than that one pitch. Shook off Nick Hundley. That happens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wasn't trying to get beat 3-2, walk a guy, lead off an inning, so I just challenged him with a heater, and he put a good swing on it.
We saw you with a long conversation coming out of the game with Darren Balsley. Can you share any of that with us?
Yeah, he was just talking about, firming up the front side a little bit. Mixing in the changeup a little bit more and just trying to get some quick outs with that pitch.
Tyson, when you mentioned stiffening up the front side, can you explain to the fans what exactly that means?
Yeah, it's just basically the glove side. I tend to fly open a little bit and cut the ball. So if I can have a stiffer glove side, keeps the ball on track to the target and a little more consistent with strikes down in the zone.
And we talked about the leg kick earlier, too. That's one of the things that Darren Balsley is trying to incorporate. Can you elaborate on your leg kick, and did you feel a difference tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got me working, just trying to be quick and kind of lift with the thigh, keep me more compact and just, kind of sync everything up a little bit better.
Well, when you heard the trade that Andy Perino and Andrew Werner went to the Oakland A's, can you express your feelings that you're coming south?
I was thrilled. My brother's a prospect in the organization. San Diego's a great city. I know the NL West is very competitive and a lot of good places for pitchers to throw. So it was a great opportunity for me.
Cal Berkeley, you have to be a little happy in the first round. The Bears are through.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got a good sports program over there, and Bears showed on the court in the first round.
Tyson, what's the one thing in this spring training? It's been a long spring training, but what you have made great strides in your game as a pitcher?
Just coming together with Balsley. I think, things started off a little slow, and I just kind of progressed every outing. And, here we are at the end of March here, and I'm feeling pretty good and throwing the ball well.
6 strikeouts tonight, and in total command, just 1 run, the home run by Shopik. And that looked like that slider, as we're watching you in action, was a very effective pitch for you.
Yeah, I had a good feel for it, and it's a tough pitch to throw out here in the desert. There's a little thinner, and it's going to be a good pitch for me moving forward.
For Felix Hernandez now with 8 strikeouts, you had a chance to face King Felix. Easy stuff, huh?
Hey, you know what? I just tip my cap to all the guys on our team that have a couple knocks tonight. That wasn't an easy at bat, and I'm just happy I won't have to face him in the division.
So you're getting geared up for, hopefully, you're in that rotation and getting the ball about 30, 35 times this year?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and it should be a fun year.
Great to have you with that San Diego logo on your cap. Tyson Ross, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck, Tyson.
Thank you.
Good kid. Another of the, it's a comment I've made over and over again, and I repeat myself, but it pleases me that the game has changed in one way in the last 30 years, and that players are so much more intelligent, many of them being college men. Well, Hernandez continues his solid pitching. 5 complete, and the Mariners lead it 1-0. of the spring for Felix Hernandez. He works 5 very effective innings, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 8. No walks.
Seems like Felix Hernandez is in mid-season form. The reason why I say that, first of all, his confidence on the mound. He's done a great job at the big league level, only being 26 years old. But he had the fastball working, he had the breaking ball working, the changeup, and a nice outing, getting tuned up for opening day for the Seattle Mariners.
5 innings. How many pitches do you think?
I would guess maybe around 70, 60 only.
And that's with all those strikeouts.
Yeah.
So very effective night for Felix Hernandez. Padres play the Mariners only twice this year. 4 games, not 6 as it has been in the past. So maybe they'll be able to duck Hernandez
right.
in the rotation, playing 2 in Seattle, 2 at Petco.
Timing's everything, right?
Yeah. Jason Bay against Sean O'Sullivan to lead off the top of the 6th. Floats a strike in there. We expect, as is the norm here in spring training, to have some massive substitutions as we move forward here in the 6th. Another strike with a breaking ball.
Good off-speed pitches by Sean O'Sullivan. Change up prior to that pitch and a nice slider to get ahead 1 and 2.
And a strikeout, and that's 2 in a row for O'Sullivan. Brings up Dustin Ackley, the second baseman, infield hit and a ground up.
Now the pride and joy of Valhalla, the Norsemen, and the Grossmont Griffins. Sean O'Sullivan.
As takes 2. Aaron Bowlesley ever present to the side of Bud Black and making his mental notes about his pitchers.
You know what's great is the San Diego connection. Obviously, Buddy Black, the San Diego State Aztec, and Darren Balsley, the Palomar junior college pitcher, went to Mount Carmel High School as well. So the San Diego connection is also out on that hill. Sean O'Sullivan.
Almost a check swing fly ball to Maben, who has to readjust his route and come in to make the squeeze. 2 away. There's a fellow over there, another San Diego State fellow over there on the other side, other coast there, East Coast in Washington.
Oh, yeah. He's got a pretty good future ahead of him. I believe his last name is Strasburg. Is that?
Yeah.
Steven? Yeah, he's got a chance to be a pretty good pitcher in these days.
Why would he ever leave San Diego? He should have stayed with the Padres. I think they're going to let him pitch a little more this year. What a talent.
And a good kid, too.
Great kid. Homered over the right field wall for the game's only run the last time up.
Now, Sean O'Sullivan knows that pitch was a fastball. He was watching the game from the dugout. 3-2 fastball out of the hand of Tyson Ross. And he starts him out with the fastball down and away. Here comes the slider.
Here's his home run on a 3-2 pitch.
Boy, that was a good pitch. It was down. He golfed it.
Yeah, that's part of the wonderful theater of baseball. Pitcher versus batter. It's a 2-man game. The other guys count. They're complementary players, but the stage belongs to the man who throws it and the man who tries to hit it. And Shopik may have just guessed right, as you implied earlier, Mark. And that's part of the game, too. Try to outguess the opponent.
It's like this for a situation here. We've seen the breaking ball. We've seen the changeup this inning from O'Sullivan. A lot of people, a lot of hitters might be thinking slider here, 1 and 2, right? Well, O'Sullivan, you never know. If Shopik is guessing slider, he can fool him with a fastball. Look at that. By the body language of Shopik, it looked like he was almost guessing something off speed, and he just happened to miss with the fastball down and away.
I'm surprised by that velocity, 95. That last pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the 6th. Flies it to right. Venable waits for it to come down. 1-2-3 inning for Sean O'Sullivan. Well done. Padres come up. The pitcher spot, then Cabrera and Venable. 1-0 Seattle.
Five and a half in the books. The Mariners lead the Padres by a score of 1-0. And just as a reminder, folks, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form.
Sell it.
And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Bring back the brown, yo.
Disseminated. I love the way you say that.
Hey, look who's back out there.
Oh, tried to get rid of him, didn't we? Travis Buck will pinch hit for O'Sullivan. They had to push him out of the dugout. You're going to get the hit against Hernandez. Am I kidding? 295 on the spring for Buck, trying to make the club as a reserve outfielder. If not, he'll be at Tucson. 295 spring. Has a home run. Change of speed so well.
He's throwing everything tonight. Fastball, curveball, little tight slider, a changeup as well. As I mentioned earlier, last half inning, mid-season form for King Felix. Imagine the pressure now off him after signing that 7-year deal.
Did he pitch for Venezuela in the WBC? Can you remember?
Can't remember either.
Perhaps that's why he's so short. This is just his third outing of the spring. Pitched 5 innings, 2 games. Now he goes into the 6th tonight. And another strikeout. Surprise. 9 on the evening.
And how does he get the strikeout? Looks like a 2-seam fastball on the inner part of the way. He has thrown that a handful of times tonight and been very effective with that pitch. 9 of them. 9 times, Mrs. Bueller. I think it's about time you wake up and smell the coffee.
Stuttering K's up there. Man. And he's just 26. He'll be 27 early in April, first week of the season. Cabrera. That one got plate umpire. Oh my. No one has more empathy for that than Secunda is trying to help the man in blue or black.
I don't even think there's leather drawn here from the catcher. Oh, that looks like it got him flush.
I should say Kelly Shopper with a sympathetic embrace.
You know what? I've always wondered who is going to be the first umpire as we take a look at Felix Hernandez concerned. He's going in to have a chat with him. You know, since they don't wear that big protector anymore, that was back in like the 70s. Who's going to be the first umpire to wear some forearm gear? to protect his forearms.
Why not?
Because his forearms are exposed, right? I mean, that's a perfect example right there.
No, it's a macho thing not to have any protection there. Short sleeves.
Look at that. His right arm totally exposed, brings in his wrist.
That's like getting hit by a pitch, and so often injuries in baseball are just that. You break a wrist, a hand bone, hit by a pitch. That's exactly what happened to him. Hanging in there.
Yep.
That impressed me, the way Felix Hernandez came in to make sure he was all right. Tough guy pitchers just hang on the rubber. Things take care of themselves. Ground ball sharply right at the first baseman Morales. Good contact by Cabrera for the second out.
Did you ever umpire, Dick, growing up? Or like,
yeah, sure. Yeah, I got $5 a game.
Nice.
While I was a graduate student at Indiana, I was even the umpire-in-chief.
Did you like intramurals?
Little.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun because the mothers would sit behind the screen and complain about every call. And so what I'd do, I'd always bring a little tablet with me. And in
get their phone number?
Yeah, and I'd come back and I'd say, ladies sitting way back here are saying pitch is better than I am. So would you mind? We need umpires. So would you leave your name and address
there you
for
go.
me? We could use your help.
Nice.
You're really good.
Did you get any? Did you get any digits?
No, but they didn't get on the umpire after that. Well, Venable rounded to short. He struck out. 9 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings for Felix Hernandez. And another easy inning for the right-hander. We move on to the 7th here in Peoria. The Mariners leading the Padres 1-0. Kelly Shopik, the catcher of the Mariners, with that home run. 1-0 the score as Tommy Lane comes in to pitch in the top of the 7th inning. Sean O'Sullivan goes an inning in the 3rd. No runs, no hits. Walked 1 and struck out 2. There are the numbers for Tommy Lane here this spring. Doesn't take much. A 1 bad inning, and that ERA is astronomical, but his opponents have indeed hit .429 against him this spring.
And now getting a fresh start here in this ball game with the score 1-0. Tyson Ross, nice job. 4 2/3. Sean O'Sullivan following up nicely now from the left side. Tommy Lane, a great story, has come to grips with being a reliever and being a helpful left-hander out of the bullpen, getting a chance last year. Getting an inning here in the Cactus League against the Mariners.
Buck stays in the game in right field. Will hit in the 9th spot, and the pitcher for keeping score. And Will Venable's 2nd position. That's the only change, but more are coming. Top of the 7th.
Dick, that one rough outing for Tommy Lane. 2/3 of an inning. 4 earned runs. That was back on March 7th against the Angels of Anaheim. And like you said, that'll inflate the ERA.
When you're only pitching to one batter or one inning at the most. Takes a lot of outings to erase that 4-run inning. This is Brendan Ryan. He's bounced to the mound both times. Lane with that spectacular debut in Atlanta last year. What a way to come into the major leagues. Striking out the side. 2-2.
Nice little tight slider right there. Once again, pitching backwards. A 2-1 pitch. A little breaking ball, maybe a cutter to even the count. It was a 2-1 or 2-2. There we go. Wow, that was a swing in self-defense.
Here is that debut in Atlanta. He just got to Atlanta in the afternoon. They put him in the game. Struck out McCann and struck out Ugla and struck out the side. Not a bad way to remember your first game in the bigs. Mom and Dad will never forget.
Terry Garr loving it.
Strike 3. He gets Ryan on strikes. Let's go down to Kelly Kroll. Kelly.
Well, guys, opening day, of course, just around the corner, and the Padres' opponents will be, of course, the Mets, who officially named David Wright a captain yesterday. A pretty unique honor for Wright and the Mets, as the franchise has only had 4 official captains in its history. Manager Terry Collins also announced Jonathan Neese as the opening day starter. I think that just confirms that Johan Santana will open the season on the DL, guys, what we kind of expected.
So we know they'll be facing Nice on Monday, a week from Monday, as we start on April 1st. No kidding. It's a tough play. Cabrera ranging and throwing him out.
And as Kelly mentioned, the honor of David Wright being named captain. Take a look at Amarisa to his left. Plenty of time. Gloves it. And a nice easy throw to first base. But captains who were past, well, Keith Hernandez, great guy to be a captain, I feel.
Got to be one of the catchers there, Gary.
Oh, yeah, the late Gary Carter, just, you know, a great catcher, Hall of Famer. And then, of course, John Franco, the left-handed reliever, was the 3rd captain for the New York Mets.
Now, if the Padres were to name a captain this year, they're not, but, you know, who would be a candidate in your mind?
Well, I've always felt that a captain should be an everyday player. You know, Barry Larkin was a captain for the Cincinnati Reds. You know what? If Mark Kotsay being the veteran guy on this team, I think if he was an everyday player, he'd be perfect for a captain role. Slap the C on his chest.
Yeah. He'd get my vote, but, you know, he's going to be a part-time player. Understands that at 37.
And I think that's something that every team can't have, because you got to have the certain player. You know, Derek Jeter fits it perfectly, right? For the New York Yankees. So I think it's got to be the perfect storm for somebody to wear that C on their jersey.
You could say the same about the Mariners. They really don't have one man. They've got new players, veteran players. Padres with a lot of youth. You know, a couple, 3 years from now, Chase Headley would be a terrific candidate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Seager. A single and 2 at bats and a walk tonight. Quinn would have been an ideal captain, right? Have the Padres ever had a captain?
I think Gary Templeton may have been named team captain.
Sharp shot, fair ball. Past the dive of Alonzo. On his way for a double and a potential triple is Seager, and he'll pull up at second base with a 2-out double.
Yeah, I think Tempe was a team captain. Number 1, Gary Templeton, great shortstop, great guy, great teammate, as Seager finds the in between the bag and the glove.
That's a spring training double, bounding off the dirt around home plate.
We're playing on a parking lot.
Kendrys Morales has a walk tonight. Struck out in top to third. That was that unusual puck fly into shallow left center field, more in center than left. And third baseman Jedd Gyorko ranged all the way from third base to make a going away catch. Morales can't believe he didn't make contact on that pitch. Here's how far Jedd Gyorko ranged to make that catch at Morales' ball. That ball's in shallow left center. Look how far. That Gyorko from third base going out after it. And he beats Maven and Kotze and the infielders to make the play.
I would say that's some pretty good range from Gyorko.
Fly ball lifted to shallow right. Buck to make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, a double by Seager. We go to the last of the seventh. Padres trail 1-0.
Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sycuan Casino. Get away for the day at the close and friendly Sycuan Casino, celebrating 30 years of gaming in San Diego.
Stretch half of the seventh here at Peoria. 1-0 game, and a new pitcher for the Mariners is Danny Farquhar. Came over to Seattle from the Yankees in the Ichiro trade. There were his numbers last season at Tacoma. New shortstop is Chris Taylor, minor league player. Taylor at short. The only changes is Kotze, Alonzo, and Gyorko scheduled for the Padres here in the home half of the seventh. Fly to right and a strikeout against Hernandez for Kotze. Only 2 hits allowed by Hernandez in 6 shutout innings. 2 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts.
Oh, he was locked in. He had everything working. He was king of the night.
You have a talent like that at the top of your rotation. You just almost count him winning every game. Won't be the case. Padres beat him last year. 3-0 as Farquhar falls behind. He's 26 years of age. Pitched at Louisiana Lafayette University. With that strike.
Yeah, good tailing fastball at 93.
Patience of the veteran hitter. Not what he was looking for. It's that one to left center field. A long run for Gutierrez there easily for the first out. And good news for the local fans. San Diego State with an impressive win over Oklahoma. Many were picking the Sooners to knock off the Aztecs. Not even close. Jamal Franklin with 21 points and 8 boards to lead San Diego State into the 3rd round.
Good for them. Good for Coach Fisher and the Aztecs. That's some kind of nice.
Yonder Alonzo fouls that pitch off.
By the way, since we are in tournament time, right? If you're a basketball, you don't even have to be a basketball fan. If you're a sports fan, you have to watch the 30 for 30 Survive and Advance. The story of the 1983 National Championship North Carolina State run. A great watch. Cool story.
What a matchup in the game on Sunday. Florida Gulf Coast, who biggest upset so far, defeated Georgetown. Show you how much I know about basketball. I had Georgetown my Final 4.
Oh, that messes up your bracket.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So San Diego State, I would think, would be favored in that matchup. Alonzo gets into one deep to right. Just watch how far it goes. Touch them all, and the game is tied. Number 4 for Alonzo as he goes yonder tonight.
There was no doubt about this one. A hanging slider. He gets extended. This one nearly goes all the way to the top of the berm.
Well, he's been pulling the ball more this spring. You know, it's left center field. It's his doubles alley. First pitch swinging is Gyorko, and he just missed that one. Sends right fielder Wells right to the track. 2 away.
Well, you ain't kidding. He just missed that one under it just a little bit. If he gets on top of that baseball just a skosh more, it's back-to-back jacks for the Padres.
Jackson, Yonder, and Jedd.
Here's that swing on the hanging slider.
You have your eyes closed, just the sound. So it's tied at 1. 2 outs to Hundley as a hit. Singled off Felix Hernandez, and Maben on deck doubled. Those were the only 2 hits. The Padres did threaten in that 2nd inning, but Emerista grounded out. Boxberger tuning up in the bullpen has completed his throws. Apparently he'll be in the top of the 8th inning. Slow start for Alonzo, but here's what he's done the last 9 games after a 136 start, hitting over 300 with 3 home runs. Slugging percentage just under 700.
And what's the old cliche? It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
High hopper in foul territory. It's called by umpire Buckminster there at 3rd. But I think we as fans put a lot more validity into numbers and what we've seen in spring training, and ball players, managers, general managers really don't. I mean, they're not. You could be hitting 081
sure
and go 4 for 4 on opening day. And same with the pitchers. They're working on stuff. They're not necessarily trying to strike everyone out or trying to pitch it the way they will. Hundley thought it was high. The umpire says strike 3. But the Padres even the score on Yonder Alonzo's 4th home run of the spring. He leads the Padres. We go to the 8th, tied at 1. Peoria Complex on a beautiful Friday night here in Peoria, Arizona, the home of the Mariners and the Padres. 1-1 tie after 7 innings. Brad Boxberger comes in to pitch for the Padres in the top of the 8th, and plenty of changes by Bud Black. Whole new infield, basically a whole new lineup. Quickly, the new lineup will have Petit at third, Valdez at short, Galvez at second, Blanks at first, Baker behind the plate, Carroll, Martinez, and Buck in the outfield for San Diego. There's no indication yet as to how they will hit, but Black often juggles that around. So, top of the 8th inning. Boxberger to work to Michael Morse. Cleanup hitter, a strikeout, ground out, and a walk tonight. Jedd Gyorko with our Kelly Kroll. Kel?
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, Jedd Gyorko on third tonight. How did that feel for you?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. It's been a little while since I've been over there, so it's good to kind of get a little action over there. Buddy's mentioned that I might be over there a little bit when the season comes, so it's good to get that little bit of experience, and I'll keep working on it as the couple days go on.
Now, you spent quite a bit of time on second base, and tonight in the first inning, I'm not going to lie, did you forget that you were on third when you came all the way over to right field, basically center, to catch that ball?
Yeah, the guy was stealing. I saw Cabby break, and he popped it up, and I saw that I don't know if he didn't see it or what happened, so I just tried to kind of take off running over there and see if I could get to it, and fortunately I was able to get there.
Overall, how has spring training gone for you? Do you feel like you've really become more comfortable at the plate, defensively, you name it?
Yeah, I had a lot of work to do this spring, especially coming in and playing second base. So I feel like I'm definitely getting more comfortable over there, and now it's going to be time to kind of learn third base again a little bit, get some more reps over there. But overall, I think spring's gone pretty good. It's coming to an end. I got to keep working, finish strong, be ready for the season.
We had Chase Headley in the booth earlier tonight, and one of the things he said about you that was his favorite thing probably is that you seem to be very open to letting guys come to you, maybe give you some pointers, some tips. Was that an important thing for you to do, you feel like, during this time span here?
Absolutely. I'm always trying to learn. There's guys that have been around. They've seen pretty much everything. Chase's Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. I mean, he's done everything last year. So it's not a bad guy to listen to when he comes to approach you. So it's good to get that advice. Listen to Kotze, Quentin, all those guys that have been around. Try to learn as much as I can and just soak it all up.
Now, we were joking right before you sat down. Felix Hernandez, are you glad you're not facing him possibly in this division?
I wouldn't mind to get another crack at him. He got me tonight. It'd be fun to go up against him every time. You come here to play against the best, so it'd be fun to face him again. I think we play these guys at some point during the season, so hopefully we get another crack at him.
Absolutely. Well, Jedd, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Guys.
Thanks, Cal. That was an insight into Jedd Gyorko on exactly what Bud Black and Chase Headley said about him. It was a good question. Aren't you glad you don't have to face Felix Hernandez? No, he wants to give me another shot at it.
Absolutely. You want to face the best, see what they're all about, make the adjustments, and hopefully you win out on top.
Asper Wells, the batter, with the leadoff single off the bat of Michael Morse, greeting Brad Boxberger. 93-mile-an-hour strike. He jumps in front of Wells 0-2. Him out on 3 pitches.
I think this was one of our first uno dos adios of the spring as Brad Boxberger reaches back, fires a high fastball. See ya.
Pounded that investing, didn't he? It's nice to welcome back the phrases. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite calls.
The baseball vernacular. Yeah. I love baseball talk.
Yeah, especially multilingual. Jason Bay. Long night for the veteran. Up 3 times, struck out 3 times. Morse at first, 1 out here in the top of the 8th, a 1-1 tie.
There's a great book out right now by the author Paul Dixon, The Baseball Dictionary.
Oh yeah, Paul has been a long time. He's written several books. And they're all good.
It's a great read. All the terms, baseball terms. You get a chuckle out of a few of them.
Yeah, I think he's revised that. I've got it. It looks like a Webster's dictionary. It's that thick.
Did you know Merriam-Webster?
Merriam, but not Webster. She was a lovely lady.
Think about it. Yeah. Sitting down and writing a dictionary. Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Yeah, somebody had to do it.
My goodness.
What's the first big word in the dictionary?
Aardvark.
You're right. Would you like to try for the last?
I'm going to double down.
Aardvark it is. What's the aardvark's diet?
Ants.
They're going to make us give it back to Kelly and bring sanity to the broadcast. 3-2 now. Jason Bay. And 2 on, a single and a walk with 1 away, and down we go to Kelly Crawl.
Well, Felix Hernandez not the only one with a photo shoot this week. Brad Boxberger also had one today, but instead of a throne, well, he just brought his best buddy. That's his English bulldog, Ralph, who was a very big part of he and his wife Anna's wedding just a few months ago. Ralph walked all the way down the aisle at the end with a big necklace on that had a sign reading "Happily Ever After," and we sure hope so. But isn't that dog so cute?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Love the canines. Big fan, Kelly.
Absolutely. I love dogs.
I've got a gold lab at home.
Oh, those are some of my favorites.
By the name of Chunk.
Chunk.
Oh, he's awesome.
My family had the Airedales.
Airedales, underrated dog.
Kind of, yes, very much so.
Very good-looking dog.
Great personalities, good with people.
Short hair doesn't shed, right?
It does not. Right. No, it doesn't. That's probably one of the best parts.
Yeah.
But great personalities. They really do.
This inning brought to you by the American Veterinary Association.
Hey, I always love tuning into the Westminster Kennel Club championships at Madison Square Garden.
I liked it when Bud Collins did it one year, and of course Joe Garagiola.
That's right, he did.
Our last dog, bless him, was a Dalmatian. We had a couple Dalmatians. Shot the left, base hit. Morris will have to pull up at third. The base is loaded as the Mariners threatening to break this 1-1 tie in the 8th. Ackley's had a good night. A couple of hits and 4 at-bats.
It might seem that Brett Boxberger has his back up against the wall. Well, yeah, he does. 1 out, bases loaded. But the mentality, we talk about it quite a bit. A single here really doesn't hurt you. Another one hopper or a grounder to get out of this inning, the double play ball, that's what he has to be thinking. Station to station baseball right now for these Mariners here in the 8th.
Sawyer Carroll in left field, hustling to the ball to check Morse. So bases loaded with Mariners, and Kelly Shopik, who slugged a home run off starter Tyson Ross with the only Seattle run. It was back in the 5th inning. Good breaking ball on the outside corner.
Think grounder here, and that's a good start. First pitch breaking ball for a strike.
In there. 3-2 pitch from Tyson Ross. And he goes down and golfs it. Breeze blowing toward right, and Shopik's first home run of the spring, giving the Mariners not only a run, but continuing their stretch of hitting a home run this spring, 25 of 26 games.
Sometimes you make a good pitch and you get burned. No guarantees that if you make that good pitch, you're going to get out of the inning.
This is the time for a strikeout if you're Boxberger. Whoa! Up and in. How did he get out of the way? Halfway to third as he threw himself out of the batter's box.
Well, he wanted a fastball up. I don't know if he wanted it in. I don't know if it was as close as it really looked. But I tell you what, if you're a hitter and you're starting to dive a little bit or looking away, yeah, that'll get up on you really quickly.
Base is full for Seattle here with 1 out. Infield back looking for the double play. jam out. Change up. Second strikeout of the inning for Boxberger. Now the infield can take another 2 steps back as Chris Taylor, the new shortstop, comes up.
What a great pitch. Out of the hand. Looks like it's going to be right down the middle. Shopping past the point of no return. Cannot stop that swing. Goes down swinging. Huge strikeout for Boxberger.
That goes back to our conversation earlier about hitters guessing pitchers and catchers trying to outguess them, working around. Might have been looking for something else there.
No question.
2 away, and the breaking ball strike to Taylor. So how much action Taylor has had this spring. Only 1 at bat. 0 for 1. Big moment for him here with the bases full. John Baker able to stab that one.
Looked like a cut fastball that nearly got away from John.
After a leadoff single from Morris, Casper struck out. Casper Wells. Bay walked. Ackley singled to load the bases before Shopping struck out, and now 1-1 to Taylor. 2-1. Arturo Lopez, left-hander, tuning up in the Padre pen. Boxberger trying to dig out of this jam. The action pitch, 2-1.
Didn't look like that bad of a pitch.
Now Boxberger has to throw a strike or the Mariners will take the lead.
Maybe in a little bit.
Eric Wedge letting the young man swing. Boxberger came right at him.
And the runners will be going. 2 outs, 3-2, bases loaded. Got to throw him a fastball away here, don't you think? Challenge him.
Just throw him a fastball, say, try to hit it, kid. And he's able to foul it off.
And Chris Taylor in this situation knows Boxberger throws the ball hard, mid-90s. So he's got to be thinking center field, right center field. You don't have to pull the ball in this situation.
And he pulls one right up the middle. That'll score 2. So Taylor, first hit of the spring. The young minor leaguer gives the Mariners a 3-1 lead as Morris comes in from third and Jason Bay scores from second. Taylor wins the battle. Yeah, interesting. The 3-2 pitch has haunted the Padres tonight.
Yeah, it was a good-looking swing. It looked like a cut fastball or maybe even a slider. Could have been a cutter, but he stayed on it nicely. It's good at bat by the youngster.
To the top of the order in Gutierrez. Only 22 years of age. This will be a night to remember, even though spring training from Cox, Virginia, where he went to high school. Played 3 years at the University of Virginia. Well, year. First and third, 2 away. Fouled out of play. While decisions are not made on 1 inning of work, this is another test for Boxberger. So a 3-2 pitch to Kelly Shopping from Tyson Ross became a home run to right, and a 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded, a sharp single up the middle by Chris Taylor, and a 3-1 Seattle lead. Ball in the dirt, 1-2.
Good slider. Good block by John Baker.
Really an honor for him to be able to play in this game. And last year he was in Clinton, High Desert, and Everett, so he's one of the promising youngsters.
There's that pickoff move where you have to throw now. You cannot fake that throw to third base. That's a timing play. As soon as that leg is lifted, the third baseman goes over and covers the bag on the throw. I think you're going to see more teams.
Otherwise, it's a balk. You can't fake the third and throw to first, as was the pattern for so many years. Did he go? Yes, he did. So Boxberger strikes out the side. That's the good news. The bad news is 2-out, bases loaded single by Chris Taylor. And the Seattle Mariners claim the lead 3-1 here in the top of the 8th.
To the bottom of the 8th we go. Cactus League from Peoria. The Mariners lead the Padres by a score of 3-1. And a reminder, Fox Saturday Baseball returns a week from tomorrow with 3 great matchups as the Angels outfielder Josh Hamilton returns to Texas to take on the Rangers, or the Yankees battle the defending American League champion Detroit Tigers, or the Cardinals meet the World Series champion San Francisco Giants in a rematch of the NLCS. The debut of Fox Saturday Baseball is April 6th.
Breeze has lightened a bit here as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Padres bring up the reserves. Jonathan Galvez, Kyle Planks, who just entered the game, and then Travis Buck, and Cameron Lowe, an ex-Milwaukee Brewer. 70 games last year, but 284 batting average against for a relief pitcher, more hits than innings, and became a free agent, signed with these Mariners, trying to make their club. Just as young Chris Taylor delivered a 2-run single for Seattle, so have the Padres minor leaguers done an excellent job this spring. In fact, they're hitting .348 collectively, Galvez being one of them. Yesterday, Tommy Medica, a couple days ago, hit a long home run to left field. Catcher, first baseman Goodell hit a grand slam homer this past week. So good bats are coming out of the minor league system. I like Galvez very much. The problem is, can they find a defensive position for him? Tried him in left field this spring. That didn't work. Second base seems to be his spot.
And when you have players like that in your system, you have to think about, are they a player? Take a look at the check swing. Oh yeah, I thought it.
Once that bat crosses the front plane of home plate.
You know, he could be a player that if the Padres tend to make a trade or want to make a trade, they can insert him in the deal to an American League team.
That ball's a strike at the plate, but that's going to give Galvez first base on the wild pitch. He did go. Credit went low with a strikeout and a wild pitch.
That's one of those situations as a hitter. Don't even, if you feel you've checked your swing, you made an offering, go. The umpire can always call you back and say whatever. You know, run it out.
That brings up a home run threat, and Kyle Blanks, who's had a good spring, hitting .353. He's had a couple of home runs and leads all Padres with a dozen RBIs. We want to send along our best wishes to one of the promising Padres again, another of the outstanding talents, pitching talents in the minor leagues. Casey Kelly, who had some major league duty last year, Tommy John surgery. Padres with Corey Lukey to Tommy John surgery. Whelan, Casey Kelly.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It just, luck is all bad. Kyle Blanks had surgery.
Kyle Blanks had it done.
Yep, back in 2010.
Wow.
And Reimer Liriano, the top position player in the system, he's out for the year with.
It's unbelievable. How do you explain that?
It's got everyone from Josh Burns.
It's a conundrum.
Down shaking their heads. That conundrum can be infectious.
It's. You know, I'd like to. You know, Omar Minaya there with Josh and AJ Hinch.
Omar, former executive with the Mets, will be going back home for his former home run. Opening day.
I'd like to take a look at other organizations and see if they have that same type of track record.
It's been a rash of elbow injuries. Let's hope they all come back. Many players come back better than they were before. But again, you're losing your top arms. Shirley, Whelan, and Lukey. I mean, that could be your starting rotation.
No question.
Ball hit well to center field. At the deep part of the yard. The wind is carrying it and all the way to the wall. Hustling back to first base is Galvez, and Blanks nearly tied it with one swing.
Kyle Blanks just missed that one. Underneath it just a tad. He's got a little bit of wind going out to right center field. That's a strong kid swinging that shillelagh. Twisting and turning like a corkscrew and coming up against the red hook sign.
John Baker, the batter. No, this is Travis Puck. Baker's on deck. Two left-handed hitters. Puck entered the game as a pinch hitter in the sixth against Felix Hernandez and tasted the strikeout stuff of the right-hander for the Mariners. Baker hitting in the leadoff spot on deck.
Good backdoor breaking ball by Lowe. Good two-seam fastball. Secondary pitch being that slider.
Collegian, Buck from Arizona State.
Sun Devils. That's too easy.
Lines up, base hit to center field. Well, the tying runs are aboard for the Padres. Buck comes through with a base knock and to the top of the order, and John Baker, his first at bat tonight.
Left that pitch up just a little bit, reaching out in front of it, off speed pitch, and off the end of the bat. Finds the garden spot in shallow center field.
Padres' fourth hit of the night. Big blow being Yonder Alonzo's home run to right, his fourth of the spring.
Well, that was a good looking swing by Yonder Alonzo, was it not? Our good friend Mark Sweeney back home watching at Fox Sports San Diego was analyzing that swing, and one thing that he pointed out was that Yonder's controlling the barrel of his bat, creating more backspin, much like the adjustment Chase Headley made last year. So Mark Sweeney chiming in, putting in his 2 cents.
That's worth more than 2 cents.
Just giving him a hard time. And that's what Mark Sweeney was talking about. Controlling the bat head. More backspin.
The aerodynamics, and you think backspin would create, and does create pop-ups, but when you hit it in the right spot and just gets enough of it, it carries much farther than just a line drive. Of course, obviously a top spin brings the ball down. Chase Headley using that formula last year in 115, 31 home runs. 1-1 to Baker. First and second with 1 out here in the 8th. Along with our best wishes to Casey Kelly. Solid recovery from Tommy John, but he'll be lost for the entire year. Send along our best as well. The good old friend. That ball bounces away, and now the Padres have the tying run at second base as both Galvez and Buck move up. The wild pitch by Cameron Lowe. He has been too low here in this inning.
He wanted to backdoor the breaking ball and it was way inside. No chance.
So our best wishes, and we understand he's getting a little tough again and nasty with the nurses, and that means that Nick Canepa's getting better. And good luck to the long-time outstanding writer with the San Diego UT.
Absolutely. Get well soon, Nick.
I miss you.
I want to see him out at the ball yard.
He loves the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, John Baker. Galvez at third, the tying run. Travis Buck at second, and the action pitch 2-1.
Might see a breaking ball here, off speed pitch. First base open, 2-1, fastball count.
No one in.
There's a two-seamer.
So 3-1 to Baker. He can be selective here. Jonathan Valdez is on deck. All four. Bases loaded for the Padres. Well, Boxberger got himself into a bases loaded jam in the top half of the inning. And young Chris Taylor off the bench with his first at bat of the spring, able to knock in 2 runs for the lead 3-1, and now a chance for Valdez. So Jonathan Galvez and Jeudy Valdez, shortstop.
A little too froggy there. First pitch breaking ball, Valdez. A little too anxious. He's got to realize that Lowe, he's the guy with his back up against the wall here. Bases are FOP, full of Padres. He's got to come to him.
Valdez, 23, from the Dominican Republic. Played last year at San Antonio. Hit just 225, but with some power, 12 home runs. Just a little low, 1-1. With the bases loaded, 1 out. Valdez to be followed by Gregorio Petit. Entered the game at third base, hitting in Katse's spot.
Valdez choked up on that bat about a couple inches.
Ooh, front, way out in front. Clips that one off the top of the Mariners dugout. Now 20 years in this baseball complex, and they're going to put in many, many millions of dollars in the offseason and totally rebuild the clubhouses. And rosters have become so much bigger. 20 years, time has taken its toll. It'll be quite a palace next spring. Ball, 2 strikes. Not a very good at bat for Jeudy Valdez.
Well, a lot of work to do for Cameron Lowe with the bases loaded and Valdez at the plate. Remember the first pitch? A little bit too anxious. Breaking ball off the plate. Now Lowe evens the count 1-1. Foul ball, he's in the driver's seat. It goes back to the first pitch offering. Lowe's thinking, okay, he's going to fish the first pitch breaking ball. I'm going to finish him off right there with a breaking ball. Out of the zone, in the dirt for the strikeout.
So with 2 outs, Petit with the bases loaded. Gregorio, a solid infielder, probably ticketed for Tucson. Backup infielder. If something happens during the season, they need an emergency call, he'd be the man. Got some power, veteran. 220 this spring. A home run and 6 runs batted in. Late strike call. Change up. It's a bold pitch with the bases loaded.
Breaking out the changeup. That's a good pitch. I like it righty on righty as well. Remember back in the day, pitching coaches didn't like that pitch. Righty on righty. They thought that the ball went into the hot zone of the right-handed hitter.
Fly ball to center. Easy chance for Gutierrez. And the Padres lead the bases loaded. Cameron Lowe pitching out of trouble. After 8, 3-1 Seattle. Welcome back. Arturo Lopez comes in to pitch for the Padres, the veteran left-hander, and working in the Mexican League. Fox Sports San Diego welcomes you on Sunday to join us at 1 o'clock. It'll be the Milwaukee Brewers, our final TV game here from Peoria. And then when the Padres break camp on the 28th, on to San Antonio and 2 games with the Rangers at the Alamo Dome. 29th and 30th. Saturday the 30th. They'll fly into New York that night. Off day Sunday. And Monday opening day, April 1st against the Mets.
Have you ever been to the Alamo Dome, Dick?
Oh, yeah. And,
did some basketball there?
NBA games there. Before the Spurs moved to their new arena. Done some NCAA basketball as well at the Alamo Dome. That's been one of the big sites.
Well, new pitcher, left-hander. We saw him earlier in spring training on the TV game. Arturo Lopez, this being his 8th game. Not bad numbers. Actually, very good numbers for the veteran left-hander. Let's get the ball in the yard.
Kyle Seager, a couple of hits tonight and a walk. In this game, you're blessed if you can throw it left-handed and get it over the plate.
You don't have to throw hard, do you?
Always room for good left-handed pitcher, especially in that bullpen. Joe Thatcher is, of course, locked in that role as the lefty in the bullpen. Gregerson and Street to finish up things. The bullpen pretty much good shape. Cashner, how his fate falls. Will he be able to get enough work in to be a starter at the start of the season, or will he begin the season in the pen? Two balls and a strike. It's interesting. Some of the managers here in spring training in Cactus Lake, they don't do the full substitution late and give the youngsters. Bud Black has done it consistently, but here Eric Wedge tonight's gone with his starting lineup, except for one change at shortstop, and that proved to be a good one. The kid knocks in 2 runs. Full count.
Former catcher Eric Wedge. Didn't say a lot as a player. I was a teammate of Eric's in Colorado, just to kind of soaked everything in, and when he spoke, it really made sense.
National champions in college at Wichita State. Leadoff walk. Didn't get into Central Michigan.
Hey, folks, fans, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium and watch more select spring training games live, plus every regular season game live or on demand on over 250 mobile and connected devices. Visit Padres.com for details.
There's a fan. He's totally got the jersey, he's got the T-shirt, he's got the cap. Kendrys Morales is 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Michael Morse on deck.
Good changeup from the left-hander.
Mariners lead it 3-1. We're in the top of the 9th.
Be sure to stay tuned. Coming up next after the ball game, Padres Live.
Off speed to Morales, 1-2. Arturo pitching in the Mexican League for the Red Devils.
With the Red Hots? The Diablos de Rojo?
Oh, Diablos, that's right.
Yeah. The Red Hots is a cool name, though. Yeah. I like that.
In the air. Back of second. The new center fielder jogging in is Martinez, and he makes the play for the first out here in the 9th. When I first went to Roland Garros in the French Open, wanted to get a hot dog, and they're very good here at French Open. And I wanted to be fancy and use my French, of course. So I tried to say hot dog in French.
Lay it on me. What'd you say?
And the woman said, "Your dog's in heat." Swing and a miss by Morse. But I was close. One for 3 for Morse. Needless to say, when the concessionaires all got themselves off the floor and stopped laughing, I got what I wanted.
You like onions and mustard, don't you?
I like that French mustard. I like that.
Yeah. Spicy mustard.
Yeah. 2 strikes the count on Morse. Back. Well, singled his last time up.
He wears that protective gear on that left forearm. Protects the wrist a little bit.
Barry Bonds popularized that device.
Well, he starts with his hands so far extended there. but then brings him back. He also has one under his jersey protecting his elbow and tricep as well.
Off the head of the bat, just rolls one through the open hole on the right side. On to third goes Seager. And the Mariners have something going here in the ninth. First and third with one out against Arturo Lopez.
Cued off the end of the bat.
Look at the hole there, though.
Yeah, you can see it playing to pull on the infield. Blank's holding on the runner, opening up that right side. And Seager has got the night moves working, going from first to third. He might end up in Kathmandu.
First and third for Casper Wells. A couple of strikeouts, a ground out, and a single tonight for the Mariner outfielder.
And ironically, that was hit 9 tonight for the Mariners.
So Kathmandu and 9 hits tonight. That's the segue.
Bob Seager, the Silver Bullet Band.
Oh, I see.
Some song
different Seager
times. Yeah, 9 tonight, going to Kathmandu. Night moves. I'll fill you in there, Professor.
I'll need it. My wife says, how come you always get silent when Mark Rand calls upon music that everyone else in the world knows? One ball and one strike.
Because you've got more important things to do.
That's right. Well, yeah, I was into Rachmaninoff then. You know, what can I say? 1-2. He jumps in front of Casper Wells. Infield back, 3-1. Ball hit to Petit at third. He might come to the plate, but middle infielder is back, looking for a double play to get out of the inning. Mariners trying to strike for more, leading 3-1. They have the second best record in the Cactus League, coming in at 17-8, second to the Kansas City Royals. Goes back to how much do the numbers mean in spring training. Seattle, Kansas City, best records in all of the Cactus League. Two teams that finished last the last several years in their division. So Eric Wedge trying to build on that winning momentum, keeping his regulars in the lineup into the ninth inning with a week to go before the break of camp. Sharp shot to short. One there. Back to first on double play. 6-4-3 as the Padres, Valdez, Galvez, and Blanks turn two. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Well, strikeout was the call tonight. Felix Hernandez for the Mariners and Tyson Ross doing the same for the Padres, striking out 6. But it was Hernandez at his best. And then Kelly Shoppick got to Ross on a 3-2 pitch to homer to right, and Alonzo answered for the Padres. Off reliever Danny Farquhar to tie it, and then off the bench, young Chris Taylor, a bases-loaded single off the delivery of Brad Boxberger. Drive in 2, and that's the story. 3-1 as we come to the bottom of the 9th inning. And Sawyer Carroll, Alberth Martinez, and the pitcher spot due for the Padres as Bud Black is using a minor league talent tonight.
Carter Capps on the hill to try to close it out for these M's.
He averaged last year, coming up to the big leagues, 98 miles an hour on his fastball, his average.
And watch how he throws across his body. Coming from third base.
Only 92. Maybe that was his changeup.
He just looks like he's just warming up, Dick.
Sawyer Carroll has had a chance to play in a couple of spring games. .95, 1-1. It's 1 for 4, Carroll. Padres live to follow, so stay with us. We'll hear from Bud Black. Some player moves today. Here's the off-speed pitch. Slider at 81.
Nice one. About 14, 15 mile an hour difference on that fastball as opposed to that slider. Another slider.
He's only 22 years of age, Caps. He was a 3rd round pick by the Mariners just 2 years ago, so he's made the move up with that delivery and fastball in a hurry. It's major league pitching last year. Again, he averaged 98.3 miles an hour on his fastball. Carroll able to foul off a 96 mile an hour heater.
Still have to locate it. There are times when you'll get away with a high fastball because you throw 98.
Mariners brought him up last year. He pitched in 18 games. Levels at 2-2. We certainly have seen our share of strikeouts tonight. Hernandez with 9. Mariner pitching with a total of 10. The Padre pitching has produced 12 strikeouts. Catch up to that fastball.
Hey, sports fans, hockey returns to Fox Sports San Diego. The Detroit Red Wings, your team, Dick.
Yeah,
they head to Anaheim for a face-off against the Ducks. Action starts Sunday at 4:30 with Ducks Live. Hockey has a new home, folks. It's right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Minus Gordie Howe, however.
Yes, Gordie Howe's
And he's getting closer to putting one in play. Another foul off to the left.
Your hot dogs sound so good right now. You had to make me hungry, didn't you?
I'll buy you one right after the game, right after the post-game show. Okay?
Perfect.
But I'll see if, tell them to keep it open.
Love a red hot.
Keep the concessionaires busy tonight. Former Kentucky Wildcat has worked the count. There's a 9th pitch of this at-bat.
Onions and mustard.
Gotta have onions. Struck him out 97 miles an hour. A little out of the strike zone, and a good battle by Sawyer Carroll.
That's when you don't need to locate, because out of the hand, it looks like an elevated fastball. You think you can catch up to it. Little deception, too. Boy, you talk about hooking the baseball. That baseball in his hand, it looked like it came by his right back pocket when he was striding. And then all of a sudden, bam, that baseball's up on top of you.
Alberth Martinez getting his first spring at bat with a big club.
We're so sorry, Uncle Alberth.
youngster, 6'1", 170, a native of Venezuela. He's just 22. Was at Fort Wayne and Eugene last year.
Knee-high, outside corner.
Pitching that the Padres have seen tonight will take them home on this Friday night mumbling a bit. Another strikeout. 2 up, 2 down on the stuff from Carter Capps, and Rene Rivera, backup catcher, will try to keep it alive here in the bottom of the ninth.
Kind of finding his groove. Fastball 97, slider.
Bottom dropped out of that one. Boy, 22, it looks as if this arm, Carter Capps, you got to keep him out of the bullpen. Watch out for the Mariners. I think they're going to have a winning season this year. Stu, they've got rebuilt lineup. If Felix Hernandez can pitch every other game.
Well, they got to go through those swinging A's in Oakland. They've got to go through Josh Hamilton and Albert Pujols in Anaheim.
Easy. Yeah, it is a tough division.
And of course the Texas Rangers.
Eased up 94 on that strike, and the Padres are down to their final strike. Hernandez in his stint struck out 6 in a row. Capps trying to strike out the side and end things tonight. And that'll do it. Impressive. The Cy Young starter Felix Hernandez, he of the perfect game a year ago, as he strikes out 9 on his way to 6 shutout innings and only 2 hits allowed. And Carter Capps does just that. He caps off the win, striking out the side in the bottom of the 9th inning, as the Seattle Mariners defeat the San Diego Padres 3-1. Stick around. We'll be right back to hear from Buddy Black and recap the game on Padres Live, brought to you by Cox Communications.